Hey guys, I just want to say thank you for helping me reach 50,000 amazing subscribers. To celebrate this milestone, I decided to sell official LUMIOSE Trainer Zack merch only on Teespring. Show your support for the channel by rocking the awesome logo tee or the Let's Go Greninja design. Link is in the description. What's up, LUMIOSE trainers? LUMIOSE Trainer Zack here. Now we all know Red, right? Of course we do. He's the protagonist of the very first Pokemon games, the champion of Kanto, the final battle in Gold and Silver, and even the co-leader of the Battle Tree. This trainer has accomplished many feats, and arguably one of his greatest was successfully stopping and taking down the leader of Team Rocket, Giovanni. But did he really? Giovanni does return in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Now you can argue that this Giovanni came from an alternate timeline where he succeeded, just like all the other evil team leaders of Rainbow Rocket. But what if I told you that the Giovanni we see in these games is in fact the same Giovanni from our own timeline? The very one that Red thought he stopped many years ago. In this video, I'll be going over the theory that Red never truly stopped Team Rocket. Now let's get started. Now before I explain if Giovanni succeeded or not, first you have to know what exactly his original plan was. I think it's pretty common knowledge at this point that Giovanni's plan was to capture Mewtwo in order to take over the world. With the most powerful Pokemon on your side, that wouldn't be so hard to do. Now as we all know, Mewtwo was created by Team Rocket. It doesn't outright say it in the games, but the anime and even the manga help explain Mewtwo's backstory even further. Team Rocket created Mewtwo for Giovanni, but it went berserk, destroyed the Pokemon Mansion on Cinnabar Island, and fled to Cerulean Cave to be alone. Then the events of the Kanto games take place where Team Rocket's goal is to try to recapture Mewtwo. We know this thanks to the little hints left behind by Team Rocket's evil schemes. For example, they try to steal the Silph Co, an item that allows you to see ghost-type Pokemon. But why would they want ghost types? Well, it's probably because they're super effective against the psychic type, like Mewtwo. Team Rocket also takes over the Silph Co building to get their hands on the Master Ball, probably to catch Mewtwo as well. Now we get to the climax of the Team Rocket plot, where Red faces Giovanni in the Viridian Gym. And as we all know, Red defeats him and Giovanni disbands Team Rocket. This was actually thought to be the end of Giovanni, especially since he's saying that he will just focus on being a regular trainer from now on. But spoiler alert, he lied. Thanks to the Celebi event of Heart Gold and Soul Silver, we now know that this wasn't the case and that Giovanni was actually planning on making a comeback. Let's take a look at exactly what he says, shall we?
One must acknowledge one's defeat before he can move on. I will go solo, for now, so that one day I will form a stronger organization. Putting together the potential of many is how you produce a huge power. That's what an organization is. That's the strength of an organization. I failed to make the best use of my subordinates' potential, but you shall witness one day the revival of me and my Team Rocket.
Revival of Team Rocket? The potential of many? That sounds a lot like Team Rainbow Rocket if you ask me. So it's possible that Giovanni had this idea way back when. After this, Giovanni isn't heard from again, at least for now. Team Rocket does return 3 years later to try to bring him back, but I don't think that was the revival Giovanni was talking about. Plus, they ultimately failed thanks to Ethan. Now what I think Giovanni was doing all this time was traveling other regions in order to gain knowledge as well as strength. We know this is true since the next time we see him is at the Pokemon World Tournament in Unova. Well, who's not to say he didn't travel to other regions as well? Heck, it's probably thanks to his travels that he was able to learn about the other evil team leaders in the first place. For example, him being in Unova could have led to him finding out about Ghetsis and Team Plasma. Then it all came together when he arrived in Alola. While at Alola, he could have learned about the Ultra Wormholes and its ability to send you through time and space. And this all led to him making contact with Faba from the Aether Foundation. During the credits of Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, we see Faba sneak down to the lower level of Aether Paradise. Very suspicious. Well, this is probably when he makes contact with Giovanni, and they come up with their plan to take over Aether Paradise. And now with Faba on his side, Giovanni has easy access to Ultra Wormholes, which gives him the ability to bring evil team leaders from universes where they succeeded, as well as allow him to travel through space to find Mewtwo, the Pokemon that he wanted to get from the beginning. Even though he failed to get his original Mewtwo thanks to Red, remember, there's also another Mewtwo in Karlos, as well as the infinite amount of Mewtwo's he could get from other worlds in Ultra Space. All that was left was to put the plan into motion. Now we know that Giovanni was in Alola before all this happened because Looker brings him up in the middle of the game, how there are rumors of a certain organization that is making a comeback. so Giovanni or his grunts were probably spotted somewhere in the region. So there you have it, all the events that could have led to the formation of Team Rainbow Rocket. The leader, Giovanni, is not from a different universe because in the end, he succeeded in the one he's originally from. All the evil team leaders talk about how in their world, there was no one to stop them and that's how they succeeded. But take a look at what Giovanni says right before you face him.
Having a kid stand in front of me like this, such a thing should never happen. But for some reason, it also makes me feel nostalgic.
Why would he say that? That it makes him feel nostalgic? He would only say it's nostalgic if it's happened to him before, which it did, when he faced Red. Battling him is bringing back memories when Red stood up to him many years ago. And the final proof that this is the same Giovanni is given to us by Karlos. He comes up with an invention that can send anything back to its original world. We see him do this to Getsis, and it's even done to Archie and Maxie. Well, after Giovanni is defeated, he uses it one more time to make everything at Aether Paradise back to normal. But notice, right before the Rainbow Rocket episode is over, we get a scene where Giovanni is still there. If Karlos' machine sent everything back to their original world, why is Giovanni still there? Well, my dear friends, it's because Giovanni is in his world already. So this is in fact the same Giovanni from way back then. And now that he has the powers of the Ultra Wormholes, he flees to another universe, saying,
"Now, what new world shall I unleash my evil schemes upon?"
So yes, even though Red does defeat Giovanni, he never truly stopped him. He thought Giovanni was done with his evil ways, especially since he disappeared for many years. And when he does reappear, it's to participate in the Pokemon World Tournament along with Red with seemingly no evil intention. But this was all a front. It was to let everyone's guard down, so that they can believe that he really did turn a new leaf and has dedicated his life to just being a strong trainer. But now we know that this wasn't true. He had his evil plans all along, and once he was under the notice of people like Looker, it was too late. And sure, Giovanni was defeated by the player character of Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, but thanks to the Ultra Wormholes, Giovanni can just try again, and again, and again. All because Red trusted Giovanni's word and failed to make sure that he was truly done for good. And who knows, he may even find himself in a universe where Red doesn't exist, like in Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. He might see this as the perfect chance to rule the world, just like all the other evil team leaders who come from worlds where the protagonist does not exist. So maybe the Giovanni from this game is actually going to be Rainbow Rocket Giovanni, or he can even appear during the post-game. But that's a theory for another time. Thanks for watching, everyone. What do you think of my theory? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe to become a LUMIOSE trainer today. Also, follow me on Twitter to find out what's up and what's new. Last but not least, make sure to live your life to the fullest, and I'll see you all next time.